The Couch Steals are brought to you by the VLG Studio, the community for people with a story to tell.
You're now tuned in to the Couch Stealers anime podcast.
See that Reggie put in work, but the fact that even his sword knew, bro.
Oh my God! Why are you debating like this? This is so sad to see. He went to Wano and got one shot by Kaido twice.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? You already know it's the Couch Stealers. It's the one and only Master Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
AU, man, we come on this day here at the Couch Stealer podcast
To break some bread, man.
to break some bread and mourn the loss and celebrate the life of Akira.
Nah, we
Toriyama.
We celebrating the fucking life today.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
I was genuinely sad all day, because you had texted me yesterday like that. You know, Mr. Toriyama, he had passed away. Toriyama, sorry, I forgot the R. He passed away, and I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, that was my reaction. I'll be honest. That was
I
100% my
just
reaction.
waking up to that was just crazy. It was just the last time I felt like this was RIP to the other GOAT. You know, when the Green Ranger passed away, and I was extremely sad that day. But I think I'm even sadder. I'm even sadder now.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I've been at a loss all day. Like, people have been hitting me, chatting me, or whatever. Not checking up on me or some shit. It's not like, I just mean they'll chat me and they're like, "You're right," and I'm like, honestly, man, today's just a weird day for me. Because obviously we were at work today, so I just had to tell people at work that it's just weird, and I don't want to tell them, "Oh, I'm sad," because one of the greatest fucking manga anime artists of all time fucking passed away today. They're like, "Oh, you're weird about that?" I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. This man shaped who I am today.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing that a lot of people were saying. I was on social media when I saw the news last night, and I think one of the things that stood out to me the most was the fact that people from all over. It didn't matter what you were doing. It didn't matter if you were an anime head. It didn't matter if you were like Megan Thee Stallion out in Japan, or if you just watching basketball, watching Biden, whatever you were doing at that time. The reality was, it was a moment that everyone immediately flipped the switch and was like, "Yo, Akira Toriyama died, y'all." Like, it was a moment that everyone. The last time I remember something like this similarly happening, and
I think I know what you're gonna say, but
Kobe. When Kobe died, it felt. That's how this day felt. It felt.
This feels so universal.
It feels very similar to how I felt.
The Chinese fucking ambassador made a statement.
Yeah, I mean, it was worldwide. People were talking about Akira Toriyama, and like, for us, we've been on this platform for a little over a year now. And we've talked about what Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and even Dragon Ball Super has meant as far as our introduction into anime, our foundation into anime.
It was the first anime I've ever watched.
Facts.
And I've said this before, and I remember on a pod, more than a few times back, or more than a few months back, and you're like, "Oh, you're showing your age." I was like, "Bro, the first anime I ever watched was on Sci-Fi, and it was fucking Dragon Ball Z."
Mm-hmm. They was on Namek, weren't they?
You said what?
They was on Namek, weren't they?
Yeah, of course they was on Namek. They didn't have Dragon Ball on Sci-Fi, if I remember. They had Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just what the fuck?
I mean, I saw a couple of things on Twitter that really stood out, and I'll say this: one, someone, as like I said, it was all spectrums. I saw RG3 tweeting about it. I saw obviously all the people that we were in the anime space with, anime community with, tweeting about it. I saw clips and videos and images that I hadn't even either seen or thought about. I was watching Dragon Ball Z last night, and I was watching when the androids first showed up. And Dr. Gero and Android 19 when they first showed up, and I was watching
choking Yamcha out.
Choking Yamcha out. I was like, Yamcha, why? Why is it always you, Yamcha? Why you got to be the one to find them? Why you got to get choked out? Why you got to get stabbed through your chest? Why you gotta go over back? Like, why is it always Yamcha? And you want to know what the funniest part about this? And Toriyama knew exactly what he was doing with this. Toriyama absolutely knew what he was doing with this. You know the funniest part about that whole episode? When they first got back there and they saw everyone after the 3 years of training, after Future Trunks came back, and Yamcha was tight that Bulma had a baby with Vegeta. And he was so... Bro, he went over in the corner and started sulking.
He was sulking, boy.
He's like, you won't believe who the father is. Like, it was so great.
I mean, you gotta understand though, Yamcha, like, coming in, like, during Dragon Ball, he was the shit. Yamcha was that man.
I know. Wolfang Fix, excuse me.
Spirit Ball, even. But yeah, man.
He's slow. Choo, 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 choo. Yeah, nah, that was cool too.
Man, I just...
Yeah, I mean, like, that's all you can kind of do. Like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, all you can do is just raise a glass and, like, wherever you are, obviously listening to the Couch Dealers, appreciate you, first of all. Second of all, just like, y'all are here for the same reasons that we're here. We love anime. We love the genre, the community.
So when you hear someone that, you know, like, of this caliber, and here's the thing. It just brings me back to when we were at DreamCon, and my boy was on stage saying Dragon Ball Z was his favorite anime, and my boy got like almost universal hate for that, and I stood on that shit because like my thing is not that I hate it, I was like I respect the fuck out of that because I understood where he came from, and like for him, whether he thinks it's a great anime or not, whether it is or whatever it is, manga, whatever you want to fucking look at it as, like Dragon Ball Z genuinely shaped a whole entire generation of Westerners. First and foremost, Dragon Ball Z, I would personally say, is the biggest contributor to anime coming to the Western civilization and truly just like being a staple right behind Pokemon or equal to Pokemon, whatever way you want to look at it.
I would look at it as equal to Pokemon.
I would say that's what I would say equal to Pokemon personally. But the thing about that is like people didn't really look at Pokemon as anime. Even like as an adult, I wouldn't even look at Pokemon as anime. It is, but like when you grow up and you realize Dragon Ball Z is anime and so is Pokemon, but I still just be like, Pokemon is Pokemon. But my point that I'm trying to make is that not only did it shape a generation for Westerners, it shaped and sculpted a generation of people that came after Toriyama and fucking created legendary shit afterwards. And I tweeted about this. I retweeted this shit when fucking Kishimoto and Odo they fucking wrote their fucking statements about him passing away, saying that I wouldn't have made this shit if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for him. And like when it comes to terms of manga, and they're like, this is who I looked up to, and this is where like my guidelines started. Like that's heavy. We talking about One Piece and Naruto. These are two juggernauts of fucking like anime, manga, whatever, saying that I can't be here if it wasn't for him. And they just really just kind of say what you want to say about Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. Your goats have spoken. Your goats have spoken.
That's a fact. That's a really good point because a lot of people talk about the Shonen Big Three, and I've seen Toriyama get referred to as, you know, the godfather of Shonen. I think he's the father of Shonen in a lot of ways because, to your point, Dragon Ball Z coming to the West, being on Toonami, introducing so many of us to the world of anime. That, I'll be honest, that doesn't happen. I've told the story on here. I've told the story on other podcasts we've been on. Like, some lady my uncle was dating at the time. I happened to be down in Mississippi visiting my grandmother with my family. Was like, yeah, I ain't never heard of Dragon Ball Z. This dude was like maybe 4 years older than me, maybe 3 years older than me. He turned on Dragon Ball Z, and that was it. I don't even know if I've ever told you this story. So a funny story, when I was growing up, my parents were like, you know, they was there. They was making stuff like real strict, went around like when our grades started slipping, mine in particular. And so my pops implemented no TV. He was like, no TV on the weekdays. You're going to come in, you're going to do your work, you're going to go outside and play, but let's make sure that we got to get these grades up. So that was like our rule punishment. Yeah. I remember we were sitting at the dinner table. It was my dad, my mom, my two little brothers, my sister. And my dad told me that. And when my dad told me that, me and my brother's like, dang, no TV. It was no TV it was no TV at all first. And I was like, dang, no TV. And thank God for my brother. One of my brothers leaned over and was like, yo, what about Dragon Ball Z? I turned into the greatest Washington, D.C. lobbyist. I was like, oh, daddy, hey, wait. Here, so my grades are going to get better here, and his grades going to get better here. And, we only asking for one show. Dragon Ball Z comes on at 6 p.m. every single day. Or 5:30. It was 5:30 because I remember we used to sit. My dad used to take a nap, bro. This is how deep it goes. This is how deep Dragon Ball Z goes. My dad used to take a nap every day after we came home from school. Come home from school, my pops take a nap. We start doing some work and everything, go outside and play for a little while, but we couldn't turn the TV on. We had, our rooms were like, on the other, like my parents' room was here. Our room was like, down the hall. We used to have a chain. One of my brothers would be near my dad's like room because that's where like the clock was. Them old school, them old school clocks that every black person had. That's where that clock was. And the best thing about it is you didn't even have to say a word. You just had to give me the look, and you know exactly what kind of clock I'm talking about. So that clock used to be right there. And one of my brothers used to like sit around the corner while my dad was asleep, trying not to wake my dad up because we wake him up, he's gonna be in trouble because he just got home from work. But you're watching the clock to turn to 5:30. He's relaying the message to my other brother in the middle of the hallway, who's relaying the message to me,
Bro.
who's got the finger on the remote, ready to go to Cartoon Network. So right at the drop of a hat,
y'all niggas was like digging tunnels. Y'all was
we was digging tunnels for Dragon Ball Z. We was digging tunnels.
Wow.
And it's a core memory, bro. That's a core memory.
That's a core, bro. My first time ever drinking a sip of beer was a Heineken.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I was a kid first and foremost. I stole the shit. It's not like it was like you make it seem like, and it was out of a straw, so it made it even worse.
Yo, you out here living up to the name. That's brand recognition right there, homeboy. That's
brand recognition, my boy. I don't know what to tell you. Listen. My first sip of beer was watching a Dragon Ball Z episode. And I told y'all, my godmother's boyfriend at the time, his name was Jeep. Shout out to Jeep because he put me on. I'm always going to put that man on for like being the GOAT to like me getting into anime. He was watching, he sat me down. We was watching fucking anime or Dragon Ball Z rather on Sci-Fi. Because again, this is where I started watching it. And I was already watching it at this point in time, but we would watch it together when he was there. He went up to go use the bathroom, left his Heineken on a little side desk, and I just took a sip of that shit. I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? To this day, I can't drink Heineken. To this day, I can't drink Heineken.
It's like juice? What is this?
This shit was trash, bro. Listen, man, core fucking memories, man. Jesus Christ. And I will never act like I tried to go Super Saiyan realistically. But I definitely went Super Saiyan.
Oh, you definitely went Super Saiyan.
I definitely went Super Saiyan. I never said I never acted like, oh, I could go Super Saiyan, but I went Super Saiyan for sure.
Yo, we had. I was thinking about this too, like all the different ways that you either went Super Saiyan or how many Kamehameha waves do you think you've thrown in your life? Keep it a buck. Like I don't even think I have that number. I just think it's somewhere in the hundreds of thousands. And
I've gone Super Saiyan more than I've thrown Kamehamehas.
Okay,
easily. I still go Super Saiyan. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I go Super Saiyan till this day. What are we talking about? I still go Super Saiyan. Like, are we? Nah. What are you talking about? But going Super Saiyan is a part of who I am now. I'm always gonna go Super Saiyan.
Not you be a part Saiyan. We out
That's
here, bro. Don't show him no full move, bro. Don't show him no full move.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Oh man, yo. So let me ask you this. Let's jump into
a little more detailed shit.
We gotta go down memory lane. So
let me start.
You want to start? All right, do your thing.
Favorite DBZ character? I'm gonna give you a top 5 because like I feel like I have a lot of DBZ favorites personally. Mm-hmm. So let's go top 5.
Okay, 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Starting at 5.
No. My top 1 is top 1 always.
Top 1.
But everything else is always interchangeable.
So my top 1 has recently changed.
Ew.
No, it's recently changed.
Is it Vegeta?
It is Vegeta.
I thought it was always Vegeta.
No, it used to be Cell Gohan. So it's
that's a fact because your favorite moment in Dragon Ball. I'm not even gonna because we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because I know your favorite. That's never gonna change.
So it has recently changed. About recently, I'll say within the last
few years, right?
Yeah, I was super like Vegeta and Super was what changed it for me. Not just him going back like fighting right before the Jiren fight and like I leave everything to you, Kakarot. Not that part, but
bro.
Taking in the Young Saiyans, bro.
Not even for me.
Nah, that was it. That was from that because he had always been in my top 3. Mm-hmm. But after like that on top of everything else, I was like, nah, man. Come on now. You got to put respect on the Prince of all Saiyans.
You know what did it for me for Super? What like it wasn't like a solidification. Like, is solidification a word?
I don't know, but
I don't think it is. It sounded right, but what solidified Vegeta for me in Super as like another reason as to why I love him and he's in my top 5 always was when he was fighting Black. And he had Goku's body and Vegeta started proceeded to wash this nigga's ass. And Vegeta said, and Black was like, what's going on? I have the best body. He's like, you want to know why your body don't work? He said, because you're a fucking fraud. He said, you're a fake. You're not a real Saiyan. He said, Kakarot has built this body up over years of battles. You could never beat him. And guess what? You can't beat me because I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. Bro, I lost it. I fucking lost it. Stop. Put some respect on this man's name. Like, bro, stop. This is Vegeta.
You can't beat Kakarot, and you can't beat me because I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I paraphrased that because it's not exactly that. But in that moment, I know he meant that shit because that's Vegeta.
Because I remember that moment, and I think it was, and it kind of dawned on me as again going through all the feeds of all the stuff that we've been watching for the last 24 hours since the news broke. It's been amazing to go back and see how many of my core memories of the series revolve around Vegeta. It just, and not even just Vegeta, the line, I am the Prince of all Saiyans. There's just such a definitiveness to it. And it's coming from Vegeta and it's always being said in a way that just, okay, that is royal blood right there that I am trying.
It will be known in every capacity.
It will be known. It will be known.
Listen, I told you to this day, my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time is Budokai 3. Mm-hmm. Not Tenkaichi, just Budokai 3. I think they just killed it. They crushed it. They got the aspect of Dragon Ball Z down in 2D fight or 3D fighting, but like that Tekken kind of Mortal Kombat style, they had it down packed. And Vegeta, Majin Vegeta specifically, his ultimate was him blowing himself up, and he was like, "Fight me!" All he said was, "Fight me!" and blew everything up. And I will never forget that shit. Vegeta's the GOAT for 100%. We love Vegeta. Mm-hmm. He will never, unfortunately, be better than Goku. But he is the greatest rival probably of all time.
Yeah,
he might be the greatest rival of all time. But my 101 always when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, Trunks.
Mm-hmm. Future Trunks, to be specific, correct?
I don't ever differentiate between all that because it's like that's a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there wasn't much character development or any much of a character for Goten or Trunks or Kid Trunks. So it was just never there was no reason for me to even make that distinction.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they had their moment in the Buu saga where they were cool and everything, but they were still just they were kids.
I always go back to Future Trunks just because of him showing up, the entrance.
Bro, he showed up and killed fucking Frieza.
No, with ease.
And with ease. Ease. He slashed this motherfucker up and then disintegrated him.
Mwah. Mwah.
He was dead and said, "You ain't dead enough."
Leo, let me check for a pulse. Let me check for a pulse.
And then King Cole, bitch ass, was over here I could make it. Shut your ass up. Stop playing.
Oh.
Come on. I love Trunks, man, and I love big ass, brolic ass Trunks too. Love him when he fought against fucking Perfect Cell, bro. Even Cell was like, "Damn, nigga, you strong," but you know what? You slow as fuck.
I genuinely like the giant, strong Saiyan, but being slow because. Even
they
though
did that in Budokai Tenkaichi when they made that a thing where you're really slow and you didn't take a lot. So if you hit them, they wouldn't like flinch or something like that. You had to hit them with power moves in Budokai Tenkaichi. That was 2 and 3. You only hit it was Trunks and Broly and BoJack 2, I believe, and you could only hit them with power moves in order to make them flinch.
Oof.
Otherwise, they just walk at you and just bang, bang. Bang, like, and just beat your ass up, but they were slow as shit. I love that. It was great.
The way they did it was always good because you felt the punches. You always felt the punches, and it was always so great. It was just, and I'll say one last thing on Vegeta because Vegeta's redemption story and redemption arc is also one of the best.
And it also starts with Trunks,
and it also doesn't get a lot of. I don't think it gives enough credit.
It starts with Trunks.
But being a redemption arc because yes, when Bulma has when him and Bulma have Trunks.
Nope.
No. What you mean?
When Trunks died in the Cell Saga.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That was when
Cell killed that nigga. Hit him with the freezer, through his chest.
But the thing about that
Vegeta was like, wait.
That's my son.
This nigga just killed my seed. That's not my seed.
But it's actually my seed.
But it's my seed. This nigga gotta go.
But the crazy thing about the way that Vegeta's character has gotten even to that point, because I was out on Vegeta for a little while, because him letting...
Oh, I've never been out on Vegeta.
Oh, no, the reason why I was out on him letting...
That Big Bang was crazy.
Him letting Imperfect Cell become Perfect Cell is one of the worst. That's up there with Goku throwing Cell the Senzu Bean. Those two are 1-1.
They're not 1-1, and they're not 1-1. And the reason why I say that is because, oh wait, I might have to backtrack.
They are 100%. I would have seen you get out of this.
May I? No, I'm not getting out of it. I had to think about it, and I had to think about why they are 1-1 and the reasons why they are 1-1. Vegeta's shit was his pride. He wanted to be the strongest. Yep. And so, like, him letting Perfect Cell become, like, Perfect Cell is like, nigga, I need to make sure, like, I am that nigga. Mm-hmm. And Goku was just like, I need to fight. See, even if it's not my fight, my son gonna fight for me.
See, here's the thing.
Goku's was worse.
No, but here's the thing.
Goku's is worse.
Goku's is
worse.
It's worse because it's his son. If you're gonna go that route, I'll give you it's worse.
No, it's worse because he didn't have to do that. This nigga was already fatigued. And could have just let Gohan fight him, and then just like
they beat Imperfect. Imperfect Cell was beat. He was beat. He was
it was Perfect Cell at that point.
He was imperfect.
That's what it was. Goku gave him, bro.
No, Goku.
When Goku gave him the Senzu Bean, he was already Perfect Cell.
Yeah, I'm talking about Vegeta.
Oh, Vegeta was imperfect. He was stage 2
because he let him go and get 18. That was the whole point. But like. The same way you're talking about Vegeta letting his pride, part of me feels like maybe Goku was like, I believe my son can do this. I have pride in my son.
That's exactly what that was.
So it's just more saying pride. It's just placed in a different person.
Damn. I think that's where I ultimately was trying to go. Yeah. But like the words didn't come out or some shit.
It's 1-1.
But that saying blood is different, bro. That's saying blood.
That's a hell of a
drug. Bro, that saying blood is the blood. That's the blood. Like, nah, that shit thick. That shit thick in the water, boy.
God, bro. Oh my God. Blood is thicker. Saying blood is thicker than water may have to be the name of this episode.
That blood thicker than water. Nah, bro.
Saying blood is thicker than water. I'm weak. Oh my God, that's actually great. I gotta write it out. Who you got at number 2? I went first, but who you got at number 2?
It's not a number 2. From this point on, let me tell y'all right now, it's not really like who I love the most, but rather like these are definitely like my top 5. I'm gonna go Broly. I loved Broly.
Okay. Nice.
Loved Broly, bro. That fathomable fucking Saiyan godlike strength that just like nigga. I will crush you like under my fucking thumb. Like, I loved Broly, bro. That just that rage. Because one of my favorite comic book heroes is the Hulk. So he reminds me a lot of the Hulk, of just that rage, that just like, nigga, you gonna beat me or you gonna die. And guess what? You gonna beat me, die trying. Either I'm gonna die or you gonna die. That's it.
My biggest thing when it comes to Broly is always, and this
he got hold twice.
He definitely got hold in the movie. In the first movie, he definitely got hold in that first movie.
No, I don't think he got hold in the first movie, but he got hold in those other movies. Big time. He got hold big time.
We'll talk about Bio Broly. But one thing that got me around Broly being his strength being what it is was when my number one character, when Vegeta came out and couldn't even fight. That was
my nigga said, "This is Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan." Bro, we're gonna die.
Bro, Piccolo had to be like, "Yo, get up."
This nigga, yo, when Piccolo had to. This is the only time in all of Dragon Ball Z Piccolo had to look at Vegeta and be like, "Nigga, what the fuck happened to Prince of All Saiyans?" He was like, "Of all niggas, I was not expecting you to be like, we're going to die."
I remember watching that for the first time, the Broly movie for the first time. And so like Budokai 3 was your game. For me, you know, growing up, we had the Game Boys. The Legacy of Goku, that was it.
Legacy of Goku was lit. Yeah. Bro, getting all those fucking Dragon Balls was the hardest. Bro, there were no hints. There were no clues. You had to run around that whole fucking game just running into walls, hoping you found the fucking secret entrances to anything. Listen. That game was bullshit. And then when you finally get the fucking Frieza, it's easy. The hardest part was getting to Frieza to beat him.
So I'll be honest.
I'm stressed.
One in particular I was talking about was 2 because I didn't play.
You got to play number 1.
Yeah, one was such a. I played 2 and I played Boo's Fury. Those were like the 2. Boo's Fury was a great game. Oh my god, Boo's Fury was so great. And part of the reason why Boo's Fury was so great was because not only is it the sequel to the previous 2 Legacy of Goku games, but also it follows the storyline, obviously. But it added people like Janemba from the movie.
Love Janemba.
It added in Broly. At one point, you gotta fight Broly as Trunks and Goten. And I remember when Broly showed up, I paused the game and I was like, "Bro, I didn't hit no save point. Why I gotta fight Broly?"
But that's why I said he got hold. Goten and Trunks beat him with Gohan.
I mean, wasn't that the father-son Kamehameha? If I remember correctly, is that one? That's the second.
That was Scholar Gohan.
Scholar Gohan is nuts. Leave Scholar Gohan alone. Scholar Gohan, that's the great Saiyan man you're talking about there. Gosh darn it. You better not say anything mean about the great Saiyan man.
Yamcha could have been the great Saiyan man.
Yo, Yamcha absolutely could have been the great Saiyan man.
So
Yamcha was probably home mad as hell. Like, damn, why I ain't thinking that?
Why I didn't think about that shit? Fuck.
It's like, you want to know why you ain't think about that, bro? Because you're Yamcha.
Because you're Yamcha, nigga. Like,
think about that. That is the answer to all your questions. Yamcha, and I know we've talked about Yamcha on here before, but it's just so much fun to poke fun at Yamcha. It has always been fun to poke fun at Yamcha because he's just, and to your point, he was so good in Dragon Ball, but in Z on up, he's just so lovable.
And this is where like something about Dragon Ball Z kind of fucked me up, and like where Super, at least in my opinion, brought it back for me a little bit. And I know people have their qualms about Super, but I like Super personally.
I like Super.
Super brought back characters that were not really relevant anymore and made them a thing. And Super also brought back Dragon Ball style fighting, where there was technique, there was strategy involved in actually winning. And so if you never watched Dragon Ball, I don't think you could ever appreciate Super. And it makes sense, and I think it shows. There was technique in Super.
Technique.
There was. No, but there was, for real. Some people lost some technique and not being able to understand their opponent and what the fuck their opponent could do, etc., whatever, yada yada. And like Dragon Ball Super brought that back, and that's why it's Dragon Ball Super, not Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, it's Dragon Ball Z, Kai. All right, so you had. I'm looking at the list now. So I have Vegeta round
That's
1.
not Dragon Ball Z Kai, by the way. Sorry.
Bit by bit. Oh no, that's GT. That's GT. Yeah, that's GT. That's GT.
Don't put it on me. I'm one of the few niggas on this planet that like GT. Sorry.
I thought GT was okay.
Niggas hated GT, I understand, but like it was just like GT was just fun. It was like GT a filler arc. It was a filler arc, bro. It was a filler arc.
And also, GT gave us Super Saiyan 4, which will forever be
the best
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan 4 is the greatest Super Saiyan transformation of all time.
It is. Like, it is. Going back to the Primal Monkey decision was, like, perfect.
It's great.
Yeah, no, I love Super Saiyan 4.
And the transition is like, in order to get to Super Saiyan 4, you have to be able to overcome the rage and the hate and this whatever of what it means to be like a giant, like raging ape. You have to overcome that and focus it, and then you become Super Saiyan 4. What better transformation?
I wish they made it canon.
They have to make it canon. Yeah, I think personally, I love Ultra Instinct, but I think because Beerus is like, oh, a Super Saiyan God defeats me. If they make Super Saiyan 4 the ultimate level of what it means to be a Super Saiyan, they did it right.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we can only hope.
It makes sense, though. It makes sense.
It does. I said we can only hope that Akira Toriyama maybe left like notes on how, because he was working on a ton of stuff. They were working. Apparently, they were. I was reading.
When they started doing the anime Super like in a different direction, I was like, "Why are y'all doing that when this man is still writing GT, like not GT, writing Super shit?"
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we're never gonna see some shit animated that's in the manga, and that's a tragedy. There are Jiren is a goat fucking like villain for like Dragon Ball Z. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Jiren was fire. I love Jiren.
Oh, that gives me a thought. Wait, hold on. Give me a list. Give me a thought list. We might.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Hit your number 3. Hit your number 3.
No, I'm on number 2. My number 2, because you had Trunks, Broly. I had Vegeta. My number 2 is Young Gohan. Cell specifically Gohan.
Interesting. Okay,
that is my. That's
number 2. That's Young Gohan though. It's Teenage Gohan.
Teenage Gohan. Part of it for me was one that was right at the time that I got into Dragon Ball Z. The time, like the first episode I saw was like right either when Trunks arrived or right when they got back from Namek, when Goku got back from Namek. Excuse me. I already knew who Frieza was because you kind of couldn't be around at that time and not at least hear the name Frieza and know he was a villain. But the way that they were trying to transition the story to Gohan at that time around the Cell Saga, Gohan became easily my favorite character. He was very kind, even though he used to make me mad, like you punch somebody in the face, stop crying. But he always cared about people. He always cared about life. He felt like me.
You better make your point, because I'm about to fucking fall asleep. Fuck Gohan.
Listen. Did Gohan end up where I thought he was going to? No. But at the same time,
bro, when Gohan came back and fought fucking Super Buu and beat his fucking ass, and Buu was like, bro, you came here to beat me? And Gohan was like, nah, I didn't come here to beat you. I came here to kill you.
Yeah.
And then hold again.
But
I'm sorry, Toriyama. No, he just passed, but this is a blemish for me. This is a blemish.
I think for me,
because he fucked Super Buu up and then just got absorbed like candy.
Yo, the pain is great. The pain in that is great. I'll be honest, the pain in that is great. My favorite transformation in the entire series is Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. The music, I think I tweeted about it earlier today. The music, the narration,
was fire.
The moment, like that I can't take this, I won't watch this anymore. part. Like the narration, I believe, was something along the lines of like, we have always known this about Gohan, even in fights with Garlic Jr., with Raditz, and
that hidden potential.
Like, bro,
and that's why I love that super bullshit, because like they unlocked the hidden potential fully.
Oh, the hidden potential
with Supreme Kai.
He was
supposed to be the one.
I hated Supreme Kai.
What? Anakin! Anakin! You were supposed to be the savior!
You were the chosen one!
You were the chosen one!
I think I loved Gohan for everything that Gohan was and everything that Gohan ended up not being.
Could have been.
Everything could have been. But I still look at Gohan, and especially around that time when he was fighting Cell, when he was going Super Saiyan for the first time, when he unlocked Super Saiyan 2, obviously, like I said, favorite transformation for me. It's just, he was the next person. And for me, the first big baddie was Cell.
Strength-wise, he was supposed to be.
But that's my point.
He was supposed to be the best, strength-wise.
Cell was my first big baddie that I really saw the whole scope of Cell. And even with the androids, the whole scope of the androids into Cell. And getting an opportunity to see Gohan get to that level of, I'm Super Saiyan 2. Nobody else, everybody else is looking at me when I powered up. Stop fighting each other. It looked at me like, what the hell is going on over there?
All them little Cell Juniors couldn't even speak a word, but the niggas like,
I still say Cell's face is my favorite, because Cell was like, oh, I might have made a big mistake.
This nigga's like, hold up. I think that we all think that this was a mistake.
Cell making a mistake was like perfect because he knew it. He knew it at the time. But so yeah, I go young Gohan for the time, for the person, for the character, for the fight, everything.
Whoa! Cell had Saiyan blood in him.
Yeah.
That's why he needed to see.
I mean,
Cell could have ended everything. Cell could have ended the whole.
Cell was absolutely going to end everything.
He wanted. He gave them time.
I think Cell was the clearest threat to the planet Earth in that universe since Vegeta showed up.
Are you on drugs?
No, because here's the thing.
Are you actually on drugs?
Let me finish.
Okay.
They were with Frieza on Namek. Frieza only came to Earth because he wanted to kill everyone and then get revenge on Goku because he was going to beat Goku there. Trunks absolutely, saved that. But as far as longevity and as far as the actual like threat in a long running way, Cell, because Frieza at the end of the day was still going to have to fight Goku. Even if Goku showed up, even whenever he was still going to have to fight Frieza. I don't look at Frieza in that way of like, I don't know, Frieza's the best villain, but I don't look at him in that way of like, oh, so he's just going to bring death and devastation in a way. So Frieza was just going to blow up the whole thing. There's no pain, there's no suffering. It's quick. Everyone's just gone. Boom, bang, boom. That's it. Cell was going to take his time. The androids took their time in the future. It's just like, we're just going to come out here. We're just going to pew, pew, everybody dead. But then we're going to go over here and we're going to pew, pew. And then everybody going to be dead over there. And now they're suffering everywhere because we're doing it slow. They closed the door slow.
Did you forget about Majin Buu?
Well, no, this is before Majin Buu.
You could have prefaced that versus letting me sit here and stew this whole fucking time. Like Majin Buu wouldn't have turned everybody to fucking chocolate or playthings and ripped them apart and ate them.
Fat Buu is not the one that scares me. Kid Buu is the one that scares me. Kid Buu will forever be the one that scares me. Bro, when they said Kid Buu...
Kid Boo's my favorite Buu. Kid Boo's my favorite Buu. But Fat Buu was the scariest one. Let me tell you why.
I gotta hear this.
It's gonna make perfect sense. If it don't, I don't know.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, my boy.
Fat Buu was a child. And children don't understand when they're doing something wrong if nobody's there to educate them and let them know what they're doing wrong. Hence Hercule.
Okay.
Imagine a big-ass fucking baby child, a 4-year-old, with the power to destroy everything in the world. Imagine all the ways that this motherfucker is going to terrorize you. Yeah, that is terrifying. Kid Buu would have been like, "Oh, ain't nobody strong here. Let me blow this shit up and go to the next one." That's what he would have did.
No, but here's the thing about Kid.
Kid Buu was the strongest.
Yeah,
by far, he was the most purest form.
And I think the most terrible. I say Fat Buu. While I understand Majin Buu had and I agree with you, he was definitely a child, and that's where, like you said, Hercule or Mr. Satan, however you want to call it, comes in. But for me, my biggest thing with Majin Buu was the fact that you still are going to get like to talk about your point, you're still going to get like a child's way of doing things. So yeah, he's going to turn the Golden Gate Bridge into chocolate, but like it's going to be done in a whimsical kind of way because that's how the character was made. I mean, turn people into chocolate and doing stuff. I think
you're looking at this in terms of a character.
Kid Buu. Yes, I'm talking about the character because Kid Buu. I saw Kid Buu.
Bro, imagine Majin Buu turns you into like. Let me think. We're just thinking of some wild shit because he has the ability to turn you into shit.
No, he gonna turn me some linguine. What's up? I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna be
and just slowly slurp you for 2 hours because he's playing with it. You know how kids blow bubbles into the fucking shit? Imagine that nigga turn you to fucking soda and blow bubbles into you, nigga. Like, I don't know. This nigga will do some wild shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I stopped listening at this sister because all I thought about was swallowed.
He's never been swallowed.
That's all I kept thinking about, CD. You've been
swallowed. Been swallowed up.
Yo,
shout out to Bishop TD Jakes.
Oh my god! I gotta say, there's somebody on Twitter got a funny name that's it's like akin to that. It's like a play on that, and it's hilarious. And I gotta send it to you. But yo, so I had Vegeta, Young Gohan 1 and 2. You had Trunks and Broly 1 and 2. Who you got at number 3? Favorite DBZ character, or even Dragon Ball character?
And again, this is no order. Vegeta. We're not gonna talk about it because we already talked. So I'm gonna keep that one short. Vegeta. Okay. You want to go another one? Because I can go 3. I can go 3, and then I can go. You know, I can go. So what? I had Trunks. I had Buu. You had Trunks, Broly. You have Vegeta. Trunks, Broly. Sorry, because Buu was in my one as well. That's why I have Vegeta, Buu. So that's like 4 for me. That's like I put Vegeta, Buu. Okay. But the problem is like we kind of like already went through it all, so it's like. My picks kind of like losing their longevity. Well, I'll say this. My number 3 is someone we ain't talk about, and it's crazy we ain't talk about my man, the man with the turban. That was my last. That was my last. Piccolo's my boy. Don't ever disrespect my boy Piccolo. He was my last. I saved him last for a reason. So I got Piccolo at number 3 for me. Part of which is because of Piccolo. He was the father that Gohan never had. Yeah, I mean, obviously he raised Gohan to be, Gohan, and that's his child. But don't disrespect Chi-Chi like that. Is Chi-Chi okay? Yes, it's Chi-Chi. No, Chi-Chi. That's at the end of the fucking day. That's Chi-Chi's child. Yes, it is Chi-Chi's child. Chi-Chi will make sure. Chi-Chi, that is Chi-Chi's child. That was Chi-Chi's child. Mm-hmm. Piccolo was the father he never had. He was the father that stepped up. Piccolo was... Yo, he's not a step up. He was the father that stepped up. And you know what the worst part is? I love that statement. That's such a great statement. It's a wholesome statement. I never shit on a man. But fuck. It's really well for Piccolo. Piccolo, bro, it even like broke down where like when they was young and they was like butting heads and he was throwing them in the wilderness and like getting chased by dinosaurs to the end where like he was like holding his daughter, his granddaughter, his step granddaughter. Yo, is Piccolo a loser? Yo, not chill. No, never, ever make me do a face. Ever. Nah, hold on. Goku killed you. You came back and took care of this nigga's son. Well, technically, it was King Goku, King Piccolo. That
technically it was King Piccolo.
Is that? Are you still not Piccolo?
It's a son to a son.
Hold on. Fuck out of here. Hold on. He absorbed Nail and he absorbed fucking King Kai, not Kami. So is he still Piccolo or is he Kami and Nail?
Well, he's Kami and Nail. Well, they talked about that.
Nah, don't fuck out here. Don't start fucking mincing shit.
It's an amalgamation. It's a melting pot.
Nigga, it's still fucking Piccolo.
Yo, he just said, yo, it's easier to call me Piccolo. Because it's just, come on now, it's just easier, man. Just call me Piccolo.
Fuck out of here. No, that's still Piccolo. He ain't a loser, obviously. He's not a fucking loser, but he is simp.
Piccolo
he might be a little bit of a simp.
He was my number 3 because of, obviously, everything he did would go on. But then, he always was like the voice of reason. He was always, to me, when I watched the show, the character that, like, everybody acting crazy, everybody acting wild. Nah, we're going to do what Piccolo said. He was like the strategy person. I think about when they were...
The thing is, he was strong enough to be like, bro, we're wilding. I'm not as strong as y'all niggas, and I'll fight. You know this, but y'all wilding. Because here's the thing. Krillin was always the voice of reason, if you ask me personally. Krillin was like, nigga, I don't know about this, bro.
Krillin always said it from a place of fear. Piccolo at least say it from a
place of fear. Because you're fearful. These niggas is wild. These niggas killing everybody.
Well, Piccolo was saying it from a place of like, yo, what we gonna do to take care of this? Krillin was like, what we gonna do to run? Like, we gotta...
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We gotta bounce.
That's a fact.
Although, and this was also cemented as I was going through my DBZ watching last night. God, thank you, Akira Toriyama. But Krillin, bro, Krillin had the baddies in a way that I don't even think gets mentioned enough. Before there was Tengen, there was Krillin, bro. Like, Krillin was really out here with some...
Krillin has the baddest...
baddies.
He has the baddest in all of DBZ collectively.
And it's not even close.
I think 90% of the people who enjoy Dragon Ball Z will be like, Krillin has Android 18, who is the baddest. And low key, Chi-Chi my second for sure. Love Chi-Chi. Love me some Chi-Chi.
I'm Bulma.
I'm a Chi-Chi motherfucker. But all right, who else you got? Who you got after that?
After Piccolo, so this is where it starts to get a little interesting. Because this is where so my number 5 is going to be Broly, just because it's easier to do it that way. So my number 5 is Broly.
Okay.
But a character who I really, really enjoyed, and part of this, Trunks has obviously been pushed down on the list a little bit here, but a character I've really enjoyed, especially lately, has been, let me just jot that down here. Cooler.
Oh,
I was a big Cooler.
Cooler. And Budokai 3, Cooler is probably like my second most played character.
The Revenge.
That Salsa Blade, and he, like, I don't know. The Revenge Cooler was lit too.
Revenge of Cooler.
The big Getty stall. Like, I just love Cooler.
That was one of my first DBZ like movies after they were able to turn Super Saiyan. Because, you know, there's like the span where like Goku was using Kaioken to win some of these fights. And then Super Saiyan, and that was like, you know, he beats Frieza, they're chilling out in the woods.
That might be the first one.
I was going to say, it's right after he beats Frieza, because that's why
that is the first one.
I just, even in the Return of Cooler, one of my favorite moments is when all the Coolers are coming down the mountain.
And Vegeta
and Goku are just done. And Vegeta,
they're just like,
yo, it was nice knowing you.
Shut up, Kakarot. Nigga, like, easily.
And they just
great moment.
Up and was like, all right, let's do this. Like, their relationship and their dynamic, to your point, they are like the best rivals. And I think they've been the best rivals for a while, even though we know Vegeta is like as cemented into a number 2 role as someone has ever maybe been.
Bro, I've never seen someone be so cemented into a number 2 role and still be a rival.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, when you're cemented into that number 2 role, it's like, how are you actually a rival? You're not a rival if you're cemented into a number 2. But he's still the rival, like 100%.
Because I think if Goku, I always looked at it like this. If Goku ever shirked off, or if Goku ever decided for some reason I'm not going to train. He's a Saiyan, so that would never happen. But if Goku ever took a break or a moment, Vegeta right on that ass, bro.
Yes,
Vegeta's right
and
there.
that's also why Goku was always going to be the best, because he had someone right there letting him know that, bro, it was never going to change. I'm always going to be here until the day we fucking cannot do this shit no more. I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Goku go out to train like, all right, let's see, it's a beautiful day. Vegeta's like, yo, what we doing today, bro? What we doing? We going to go train?
Vegeta,
right, let's get to training.
Chi-Chi like, let's go get some ice cream. He's like, yeah, let's go get ice cream. Vegeta over on the side eye like, you going to get ice cream? I'm going to train. And Goku like, I'm going to go train. Chi-Chi's like, what?
Yo, Vegeta and Goku absolutely ruining each other's date nights. They are absolutely
not so much as like Bulma, like Vegeta. I feel like Bulma had a certain respect for Vegeta that Chi-Chi was not able to ever let go, because Chi-Chi is a head of household. Chi-Chi is head of household, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I'm not Vegeta is.
Vegeta's head of household.
Yeah, but it's different. I think it's different in the way that,
and I don't mean it in a way where it's like disrespect to Bulma. It's just like Bulma don't care enough. She's willing to let Vegeta be Vegeta and do his thing, and I'm gonna be Bulma.
Yo, Bulma too busy running Capsule Corp. The greatest organization in that entire world. She's like, hold up, I gotta.
So when they can say who got more money, Kaiba or fucking Bulma, don't talk to me.
No, Bulma got way more money than Kaiba.
You know, remember the argument with fucking Michael, like, who got more money, Kaiba or Bulma? And I was like, Kaiba got deep pockets. But bro, we talking about Capsule Corp. Everything on the planet runs all off of Capsule Corp. Everything on the planet.
Bro, you know how disrespectful it would be if you beefing with somebody and come over there and you got their pod or something and you put their house back in the pod, like you put it back in the capsule.
Bro, imagine somebody come repo your shit and just put it in the pod.
Put it in the
I'm
pod.
gonna need that.
Bro, come in and put it in a pod, just stick it in their pocket and walk away. Have a good day, sir. Yo.
Villain arc. Villain arc.
Oh my god, bro! I got my joint repo, my Capsule Corp. What they do? They said a squad. Nah, bro. They said what dude? He said he'd be there. He told me he got to do this whole block.
Bro, they can send a dog to do that.
Oh my god, yo! So wait, let me ask you. Because you had Trunks, Broly, Vegeta, Boo, and then Piccolo.
Yeah.
And then I have Vegeta, Young Gohan, Piccolo, Cooler, and Broly. I gotta ask though. What is when you think of movies, where do you land on your favorite DBZ movie or Dragon Ball movie or either?
That's hard, but the first thing that came to mind is probably
there's a couple.
More than a couple.
Making it a hard decision. I like this.
Obviously, Broly is top 2.
Okay.
Because I love that. The legendary Super Saiyan. I love him. But I think my favorite one is with Garlic Jr., bro.
Oh, the first one.
I think it's the fucking first one. That's not the first. That's not the first. Because Garlic Jr. came after the Tree of Might, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm dead serious. That's the first one.
We gotta look this one up.
Oh, what's the name? It's like the Phantom Zone or something. Dead Zone.
Dead Zone.
That was absolutely the first Dragon Ball Z movie. 100% the first Dragon Ball Z. I guarantee it's the first Dragon Ball Z movie.
You might be right.
Yep, because they had a bunch of Dragon Ball movies up to that point. They had 3 Dragon Ball movies. Then it goes Dead Zone, The World's Strongest, which is a good one. Tree of Might, which is a great one. Lord Slug was meh. I thought Lord Slug was okay.
Lord Slug was alright.
It was alright. Cooler's Revenge, obviously classic. Return of Cooler, another classic. Super Android 13 wasn't bad. I know there's jokes.
It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad.
I like Super Android 13. Obviously, legendary Super Saiyan Broly. BoJack Unbound is one that does not get enough.
BoJack Unbound does not get enough credit, but I still hate that we had bitch Gohan winning it.
Listen.
And I apologize, and just right now, because this is the second time I think on the pod I use like bitch in a derogatory term, but I can never use it somehow, some way, in a better way than when I describe Gohan and what he was supposed to be versus what he turned into.
But you see, Tom, the word bitch is a term that you got to be able to use sometimes, Tom.
I agree. I think a lot of words need to be used in some capacities. But anyways, I apologize in advance.
I've been watching way too much.
It's not a word that's in my vocabulary, but yeah.
And then obviously we got a bunch more. We got the Bio Broly, the Broly movie, Fusion Reborn, which was the Janemba one, which was a really
like Fusion Reborn.
Yes, Fusion Reborn was really good, and that was a
little
level
convoluted.
Again, no, but again, another level from Boo Shuri. You had to fight.
Wait, did I get my fifth one?
Yeah, Piccolo. We were talking about Piccolo. But nah, fight Trunks, Broly, Vegeta, Boo, Piccolo.
Let me give a honorable mention. I apologize. Pycon.
What'd you get? Oh, because you thinking of Fusion Reborn? Fusion Reborn made you think about. I thought Pycon was cool. I liked Hit more than I liked Pycon though.
No, I like Pycon more than Hit.
Nah,
I liked Hit. I liked Hit a lot, but I like Pycon more than Hit.
Nah, Hit came in here with this. He came in there with the YI order. Like he came in there with that YI order. Like I loved Hit, bro. Hit was cool. Let me slow down time real quick. You don't even know what I'm doing. And then the super movies, the Battle of the Gods, Fusion F. Super Bowl.
I don't like Battle of the Gods that much.
Because I think Battle of the Gods was I like Battle of the Gods. I think Fusion F was really good, and I think Broly was good. Broly also had the new Broly movie had one of my all-time favorite.
It was
movies.
good.
We saw that in theaters. I think about it. One of my all-time favorite moments of all of Dragon Ball Z was that hour time that Frieza had to sit there and fight Broly
and bro. This nigga was getting bro when he juiced Frieza's head to this day. He juiced Frieza's head, and then I was like,
I'll be good. I promise you,
bro.
Don't make me fight the legendary.
That was hilarious because he had like that whole thing where it's just like I'm Frieza, I'm this thing, I'm controlling him, and then the second he got off the leash, he was like a pit bull on Frieza's ass, just like stop.
That's I think the thing that was so funny was that Frieza literally was like, oh my god, I like this. Oh my gosh, it's like. I don't know, man. We talked about memories. We talked about movies. You got a favorite villain?
Frieza. It's always gonna be Frieza.
It is really
no matter what. It's always gonna be Frieza as the GOAT villain. But I think right there with him is gonna be Boo. I think personal favorite, honestly, Kid Buu. I loved Kid Buu, but I think Frieza was the best villain.
Okay, I can respect. I think Frieza's the best villain. I think Kid Buu's the most terrifying. My personal favorite is Cell. Cell was my personal favorite villain. Perfect Cell in particular because I don't care what nobody say, and I know it's been the meme and the joke for a while, but he literally just said, "Look, I'm about to blow up the whole world. If y'all want to stop me, I'm gonna be over here.
I'm gonna be over here waiting for y'all niggas."
He's like, "See you in a couple weeks.
Pull up, nigga."
Yo,
he's like, "Come stop me."
There's something very just in the essence of a villain. There's something really
Black
great.
Air Force.
Yeah, there's a lot of Black Force energy. Shut up, my man. To be doing the Black Force energy joint because that's
low key. If it was me, but after I beat everybody, because I would never killed everybody. If I was Cell, because it's some Cell shit, I would have beat everybody else to the point where nobody could beat me, and then I would have been like, shout out to my nigga Vegeta, bang, and I would have blew that shit up.
Yo, that whole the Cell saga was the first saga I ever watched, and it was the first saga that really got me into DBZ, and it was the first saga that got me into anime. And we talked about it before about like the creators of Naruto, the creator of One Piece coming together and saying like we're not here without. There's no couch stealers without Akira Toriyama. I'm gonna give you the buck. There's no couch stealers without Akira Toriyama. There's not a lot of anime podcasts, anime culture, anime really anything on this side on the West because there was nothing to that point. And I've seen this circulating a few times. I saw it on Facebook. I've seen it on Twitter. There's an old article from like 1997 of I guess someone was right. It was either a penned article by a journalist or it was an opinion piece. But it talked about Dragon Ball Z. And it talked about, what is the influence it's doing on our kids and the fire attacks at each other. And
I never heard that, but yeah.
If I find it again on Twitter, it was circulating a couple weeks ago.
Definitely send that to me.
But it was an interesting piece from the sense of look at where the concept of Dragon Ball Z and anime was, 25. Oh my God, longer than 25. But for the sake of my heart, 25 years plus ago, like to think 1997. But like it's to go from that to walking. Let's say a couple weeks ago, I was down in Times Square, just kind of walking around. I was doing something in New York, but we was walking around New York, and in the middle of New York City is a giant, whole full length building, poster of Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and it was right above like a Nike store or something in the city. And the biggest thing about that, as I was walking, I was going to a work thing now I think about it, so it was a little while ago. But the thing I thought about as I was walking through Manhattan was like, that's a life-size Goku in the middle of the biggest city in the country. Like, what are we doing right now?
That's like that. New York is like in the world. It's not the biggest city, obviously, but it is the Mecca. It is the Mecca of all cities.
It when you think of a city, most people think of New York City. But that might be some American shit. But at the same time,
no, it's not, bro. New York City is the Mecca of all cities in the world. Period. It's not no American shit. It's not no American shit. Whether you love it, hate it, everybody want to go to New York City.
At least
before people died, they want to be like, I want to see New York City.
Ain't much to see, but been living.
I disagree with you personally, but
I mean, well, because you live.
Love New York.
Yeah, you
love New York.
I just love the teams. Give me my teams. Give me some rings. But I don't know. This day has been, and I think this really lists everyone kind of going through and coming out. I don't want to say coming out the woodworks, but like everyone has just flooded the timeline of all these different experiences from Dragon Ball Z, what it's done for them, how they gotten into the world of anime. I mean, we've talked about it at nauseum on here sometimes. We just like,
100%. 100%. Listen, man. Akira Toriyama. Thank you.
Facts.
Thank you. And I think, we're just two people running a podcast. I can't imagine the full effect and the effort that has been brought forth by people who have created things that we love because of Mr. Toriyama.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're here because of it, but so many other greats that you love are here because of it too. And it's a celebration. It's not a sad time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a celebration. It's not a sad time. So thank you. Because I don't know who I would be at this point in time if it wasn't for you. And that's such a wild thing to say. And I know it sounds like super cheesy, just like, he passed away, but it's the truth. I probably would not be watching anime if it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z. So.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That's not even. Yeah. I mean, like, it's. It's not even just I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be watching anime. I mean, like, Dragon Ball Z was what got me through. Like, I remember we talked about it before. You always said like anime is like for people that didn't have a way. Like, even all the stuff I was dealing with when I was like going to school, it wasn't always like gumdrops and roses. I know a lot of people, for a lot of people's experiences, it's the same. School's not always the best place in as far as like social settings sometimes. And the only time I looked forward to coming home from school after a long day of whether it was dealing with kids that I ain't like or ain't like me or not doing too hot in a class or something. But the one thing I always got excited about coming back to was being able to come in and watch Dragon Ball Z. And that was something that, like I said, me and my brothers created a chain, bro. We created a chain gang to be able to see what time the clock changed so we could watch it. I mean, I was trying to find this tweet that came out yesterday because and then I know we could wrap, but it perfectly like encompassed everything I was thinking when it came to this, as far as like the impact that a lot of people had, the impact that Akira Toriyama had on a lot of people because of like because of just what it was, the way people just interacted with the show, the way people talked about it, the way no matter where you were, even if you were a kid and people were making fun of you, quote unquote, for watching anime, everybody knows who Goku is. Yes. Everyone knew who Goku was. Everybody knew what the term Super Saiyan meant. Like,
bro, one of the greatest memes of all time, or just not even just memes, just like one of the greatest like sayings, memes, because it kind of all overlaps. Is over 9,000. Like, it's over 9,000 is such a like well known thing. Like, people probably use over 9,000 and don't even know what it's about.
Like when people using Bye Felicia.
Yeah, people using Bye Felicia and don't even know where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the culture. So again, just thank you so much,
man. I'll say this: we're gonna be watching Mad Dragon Ball Z for the next.
Oh God,
yeah,
Crunchyroll about to be
like
filled with Dragon Ball Z, boy.
Absolutely. I was watching the Android Saga last night, bro. What you mean? Like it was great. It was great to watch Vegeta rip off Android 19's arms again. It was great to watch.
Definitely about to rewatch all those movies first. I'm about to rewatch all those movies.
Tree of Might. I might watch Tree of Might. I got some time to watch Tree of Might. I might do that tonight. I got a couple things I got to do, but I don't know, man. But AU, man, we about to wrap up on this one. You got anything you want to leave the people with before we slide on up out of here?
Yo, just we've mentioned it to both of us in passing times, always, you know what I mean? And this isn't one of those moments, whatever, but mental health, just everything. Take care of yourself. Life is short. Even for people, you know, you can live your whole entire life. You can live to 100 years and just still feel like life is too short. This is one of those moments where we are remembering someone who has passed away that has made such a great impact on, you know, us as a community for multiple different reasons. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of the people you love. Please remind them that you love them. Remind yourself that you love yourself. Take care of yourself. And there's always room on this couch. When we say that shit, that's not a fucking catchphrase. We mean that. It's always room on this couch. If you want to hit AU, if you want to hit Mikey, whatever it is, talk about some shit, we here. It's always room.
Always, always, always. Well said, bro. Well said. So, closing out here, listen to us wherever you get your podcast, rate us, review us, check us out on our socials, on Twitter, on IG, and on TikTok at Couch Stealers, and subscribe to the Couch Stealer YouTube and hit that notification bell so you know when we drop something brand spanking new. All right, y'all. We appreciate you. We outie. Always room, and always room for Akira Toriyama. Always room.
Peace.
Convention season is upon us. Whether you're hitting the panels or hanging out with your favorite content creators, planning for faster, more efficient hydration is essential. Liquid IV has you covered while you prep that cosplay, get ready for your favorite events, and recover after the weekend. So AU, what do you love most about Liquid IV?
I don't get hangovers, but I do wake up extremely groggy, but I do not get conventional hangovers. I'm tired, I'm groggy from the dehydration. Liquid IV is one of the things I buy every time I'm going to drink. Maybe one before I go to sleep, maybe one when I wake up too. Honestly, it keeps me refreshed, keeps me hydrated after a night of going hard.
One stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It comes in 12 delicious, refreshing flavors to keep your hydration routine exciting. It contains 5 essential vitamins, including vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Made with premium ingredients, it's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy.
Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CouchStealers at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CouchStealers at liquidiv.com.